Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Sunday, September 23rd, 10:58 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at the 45th eruption of Krakatoa over the weekend. Yeah, 45 eruptions happening at Krakatoa just this weekend alone. Can you say uptick? Can you say galactic cosmic rays? Can you say Krakatoa is going to blow up? All these things are possible and predicted as we descend into the grand solar minimum. Now, we may get back to this footage, but let's get on with the update. Florence Aftermath, thousands brace for more flooding. Residents in one South Carolina county were warned to be prepared to evacuate before 10 foot of flooding is expected. I don't know if it's going to come up that much as of this point, but we'll check the USGS graphs, which are live, in just a moment. Bladenboro, North Carolina, thousands of coastal residents remain on edge Sunday after being told they may need to leave their homes because rivers are still rising, more than a week after Hurricane Florence slammed into the Carolinas. About 6,000 to 8,000 people in Georgetown County, South Carolina, were alerted to be prepared to evacuate ahead of a record event of up to 10 feet of flooding expected from heavy rains dumped by Florence almost a decade ago. Let's check the data. USGS, Waccamaw River near Long, South Carolina. You can see here the temperature data. It's dropping off. And the river in this portion of South Carolina near Longs has already crested. In fact, it crested on midnight, September 21st, 22nd here at 70,000 cubic feet per second. Now, it's currently at 59,300 cubic feet per second and slowly dropping off. So this adds insult to injury because this flood crest is barely waning. So things are getting saturated and rotting and mold, and you can imagine the nightmare. But the maximum recorded value at this gauge ever was in 1999 at 27,000 cubic feet per second. You could see the current flood level is over double the maximum. Very sad state of affairs. It gets worse over here above Conway, South Carolina at the USGS gauge. You can see the temperature is still maintaining 26, and that is still cresting. The discharge currently at 51,800 cubic feet per second, still rising and cresting probably right at this moment. So this is probably the end of the catastrophic flooding from Hurricane Florence as I'm making the video. It's almost 8 days later. And you could see here the most recent instantaneous value in these communities is 51,800 cubic feet. And the maximum in 2017 was 3,420. This is devastating. Texas, galactic cosmic rays totally fluxing the Lone Star State. Can you believe this? Thank you, Electroverse, for picking up what we're putting down. 16.82 inches of rain in San Antonio this month has made September 2018 the wettest September ever. Dallas-Fort Worth has received 4 times its annual September rainfall amount, with daily, weekly, and monthly totals breaking 1932 records. A record 14 inches of rain fell 24 hours Friday at the Oklahoma Climatological Survey site in Fitztown. Holy shit. 24-hour records are falling elsewhere too. Bonham received 8.85 inches. McKinney recorded 8.71 inches. Cedar Hill saw 6.93 inches. Mountain Creek Lake recorded 6.6 inches. Holy boom! Stratospheric radiation is on the increase since March 2015. You can see from this graph through July 2018, galactic cosmic rays are on the increase. Now, this is not just a rainbow of Skittles. This is science. We're going to get to it. Thank you, Svensmark. Increased ionization supports growth of aerosols into cloud condensation nuclei. For those of you who don't understand what I just said, that means that the last graph makes more clouds and floods Texas. It's possible, there's no documentation for it, that parts of Irving could have picked up as much as 10 inches of rain. In September, White Rock Creek crested at 91.47 feet at Greenville Avenue, setting a record, according to the National Weather Service in Fort Worth. The Trinity River at Rowlett Creek also swelled Saturday morning, each reaching heights more than 30 feet. Now, let's talk about the science. Cloud seeding. Galactic cosmic rays are a mixture of higher energy photons and subatomic particles accelerated towards Earth by supernova explosions and other violent events in the cosmos outside of our sun. Our sun produces cosmic rays as well, but those are SR, solar cosmic rays, not galactic cosmic rays. We're talking about cosmic rays from outside of our system. Now, these cosmic rays are hitting Earth's atmosphere and creating aerosols. No, we're not talking Aquanet from back in the 80s where you put on your hair. These are up in the troposphere, the atmosphere, the stratosphere. The ones that we're worried about are the atmospheric aerosols, which, according to the work from the cloud experiment in Svensmark, nucleate where rain occurs. So if we make more clouds where rain occurs, what would happen? We would get a boom of the epic volcano butt booms. We get more rain. Recent balloon flights by spaceweather.com and Earth to Sky Calculus show cosmic rays are intensifying. And Rex Bear and I just actually captured a launch of one of these balloons near Albuquerque at the San Cowie prehistoric site less than 24 hours ago. Okay, I'm lying. It was 27 hours ago we captured it. Now, during solar minimums like the one we're entering, the sun's magnetic field weakens and the outward pressure of the solar wind decreases, allowing more of these cosmic rays to cascade through your body and create more clouds aloft, creating flooding. Totally fluxing the state of Texas, which could be a good thing in some ways. Increased ionization supports growth of aerosols into cloud nucleation, condensation, nuclei. Whew. I added a word in there, didn't I? Boom. Ions produced by cosmic rays have been thought to influence aerosols and clouds, and the cloud experiment at CERN wasted billions of your dollars when decades before they could have just supported Svensmark and his work instead of trying to push him away. But thank you to his persistence. Now, under atmospheric conditions, the growth of ions can constitute several percent of the neutral growth. The experiments here basically prove that clouds are forced from these galactic cosmic rays. So if you increase the cosmic rays which form the ionization process making clouds, you're going to get more rain. Now, as we descend into the grand solar minimum at this new cosmic ray maximum, which you're living right now as I'm speaking, can you feel them going through your body right now? Heating up your internal organs like it is the silicious magma in the subsurface, like we saw at the opening. Krakatoa is about to blow up, and you're living it, and we're reporting on it. And hopefully you're picking up what we're putting down. Now let's go back to the ancient ways. Persimmon Seeds predict heavy, wet snow for middle Tennessee this winter, as well as galactic cosmic rays, reduced solar activity, and the volcano butt boom. And that's just a heads up. Now, apparently, according to ancient wisdom, if you see a spoon in your persimmon seed from your own field in the own area you live, you're totally fluxed. This channel is totally insane, yet scientific. Now, Persimmon Seeds predict heavy, wet snow for Middle Tennessee. Because as you can clearly see here, there is a spoon. Have you spooned your partner lately? While official winter forecast from the Skywatch 17 hasn't yet been released, local Persimmon Seeds are calling for a snowy winter. Using Persimmon Seeds to predict weather is a bit of a folklore that's too funny not to try and too funny not to buy. And that is because we're headed to the sky as far as cosmic rays are concerned. Whew. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. And that's a volcano butt boom. Moving on. Let's check out the GFS models, because we've just entered fall in the last 24 hours and it is snowy in the forecast. We're talking about record snows happening in British Columbia and Alberta in the first week of fall, autumn, and record snows returning to Montana, Wyoming. And I just recently saw the National Weather Service calling for a warm and balmy winter or autumn in the likes of Idaho, but they're already buried in snow in Idaho, as well as Oregon here, picking up some early several feet of snow according to the predictions coming just in. Northern Washington, heavy snows, first week of autumn. And nowhere to be found in this forecast is Al Gore. And I looked heavily. We have snows covering most of the state of Minnesota, half of North Dakota, and that's a volcano buck boom blowda. As predicted, we are seeing more snows than ever seen in the last several decades, including up to 3+ feet of snow in Montana in the next several weeks. Whew. I can't even make this up. I wish I was cherry picking. Saying ain't snow, wintry first day of fall in the prairies. She just got her hair done. She's pissed. Look at these lenses she just picked up from the lens doctor or whomever. Her pumpkins are pumpkinized. The first day of fall seemed more like the first day of winter in the prairies as temperatures plummeted and snow fell. Al Gore was nowhere to be found. People from across Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta gathered their torches and roamed around the cities as mobs looking for Al Gore. In the interim, they snapped pictures of the mini Snowpocalypse on Saturday. Whew. They thought he was in this Prius, but they didn't find him. More than 100 collisions in one day after snow covers Edmonton, and the people in this town believed Al. So they never changed their tires. Edmonton, another early snowfall covered Edmonton over the weekend. More than 100 drivers were hoping Al Gore was right and insurance would cover the 108 collisions that were reported because they're total idiots. Edmonton police said there were 108 people with actual copies of The Inconvenient Truth, burning them in the town square. I did it. I said it. And I'm proud of it. Because this guy is a liar. Snow arrives in Prince Albert just moments after summer ended. A weather system brought 6 inches of snow Saturday to the Kindersley and Rosetown areas that has moved north looking for Al Gore. Move over, man cave. Meet the she shed. This clearly is the wrong article. Perhaps if we back it up. Monsanto says Roundup was safe. Wants a new trial. Also not what we were looking for. It's funny how it just shifts like that. Canterbury and Otago brace for another blanket of snow. Oh no. Look at this party. Holy, why wasn't I invited? Spring might be here, but the snow is refusing to make way for the sun. Regardless of how the bomb predicts the hottest weather in the southern hemisphere, they continue to miss the mark month after month. Now, as we Move over to summer in the southern hemisphere. Snow is expected to fall over parts of southern and central New Zealand in the next few days, Met Service said on Sunday. It comes after residents of Queenstown, Frankton, and Arrowtown were looking for Al Gore. They had no power, so they were using their inconvenient truth to wipe their arse and light their fires across the region, sources said. We have hundreds of links open. This may take all night. Snow cuts off the Pongi Valley. Look at this guy in his suit jacket. He's pointing towards it. He can't even get across this road, not even with his road bike or his loafers. Chamba, September 23rd, that's now. Pongi Valley has been cut off from the rest of the district due to blockage of the Chamba-Kailar Highway following the season's early heavy snowfall at Sach Pass. The pass has been experiencing snow since last night, according to official reports. The report said the Chamba-Saluni road had been blocked at Kulunala. Isn't that dumb? Totally. Holy shit. I'm not ready for this. I'm not. I mean, I had to take a nap earlier. It was all the dust I was breathing in those ancient structures. Check out this Volvo bus. Not looking good. This is Manali on the Beas River. And what I'm about to show you is simply so that we get more subscribers. Not only that, it will also demonstrate in practical terms, galactic cosmic rays, increased cloud nucleation, and increased rainfall. Now, we've been breaking 1,000-year records pretty much every week for the last several months, worldwide. And this tourist bus doesn't have any tourists in it because they were evacuated moments before. But it's totally fluxed. Now, that being said, it makes great YouTube footage. There are hundreds of YouTubers now making money off of Google because this is happening as the world crumbles around. People talk about global warming and zero solutions, and channels like ours are telling you the truth and showing you the facts and telling you to start preparing now because this is just the beginning. Tip of the iceberg. And if you're still a tourista, then you better get out of Dodge. Seismic update. No quakes of note, but space weather has been on the uptick for the last 48 hours and is now quieted down. Look at the stack of quakes here in Chile. I would postulate that we're going to get a big Chilean quake and have another large rocker out here in the Fiji region, as well as a rumbler down here in New Zealand in the next 48 hours. But I digress because I'm not paid by the mainstream. Anna Krakatoa erupts 44 times over the weekend, 45th time happening while we made the video. Mount Anna Krakatoa, child of Krakatoa in the Sunda Strait, erupted more than 44 times over the weekend. They have not raised the alert level, still remains at 2 of 4. But the amount of lava that is emanating from this cinder cone is unprecedented as far as an uptick. I've been following it for months. It's gone from 0 to insano in less than half a year. Now, it took decades to build the cinder cone you're viewing here, and the amount of lava that's spewed out this weekend probably increased the size of this island by 10-20%. So we're going to have some lava interaction here happening with the inland ocean here, and we'll have to be watching this closely. This is where Bali over here to the right connects with the other portion of Indonesia. Right in the middle is this baby because the whole section that connected them was blown out 200 years ago during the last grand solar minimum. Pardon me. Japan's Hayabusa 2 successfully deployed 2 rovers on the surface of an asteroid because they're absolutely leading the world in scientific expertise and exploration to find facts, rocks, and other aliens on these weird asteroids. And that's boom. Come over here and check out some of the footage that's really crappy of what happened when these babies deployed, and some of the pictures they got of the surface of an asteroid that's moving like 20,000 miles an hour through space that they're landing on. Thanks, NASA. You guys are rock. So NASA drills holes in the space station while Japan lands pufferfish? What the hell is that? On asteroids. And there he is, Captain Kirk. And that's a boom. Of the volcano butt boom variety. Krakatoa much. Let's talk about this interesting document that I'm going to share with you. Alternative Influence Broadcasting the Reactionary right on YouTube. This is 81 channels that may be shut down. It's a document made by the left, paid for by Soros and others that you can come check out on how they're going to quelch your constitutional rights, First Amendment rights, because you do not fit the narrative. And here's the list of 81 talk show hosts that do not fit the narrative. And I'm not on there because we use science. You really can't argue with that. Sea ice thickness, 22 September 2018. Multi-decadal average, still above the last 3 years. And there is 25% more Arctic ice than back in 2016. Hello, global warming people. Why aren't you reporting on this amazing recovery in the Arctic ice? 25% more ice than just 2 years ago. That's a record increase in ice levels at this time of the year. I wish I had a cricket track. How prepared are you? Come over to our links of the day. Amazon.com. I don't care who owns this company. We're talking about some of the cheapest emergency preparedness stuff that you can acquire. Now we're talking about the Wise 5-day survival backpack. It's getting 4.5 stars. It's the #1 product on the planet currently for bug out preparedness. So if you live in an apartment, you don't think you have what it takes, everything is in this pack. You got a life straw, pack of cards, food, portable stove, few tablets, everything you need. This is the way to get in. It's only $50. I'm not kidding you. $50. We did it. $50 for you. And the channel gets $5. You get free shipping. And you can get a backpack filled with a week's worth of food, a 5-day survival backpack. You just walk out in the woods and never come out for 5 days. This is your challenge. Buy this backpack, take 5 days off of work, walk into your local park and never come out for 5 days with just this pack. I bet you if 100 of you try it, 99 of you go home the first night. Yep. If not, prove it to me otherwise. That's my challenge. I need 100 of you to buy this backpack, the Wise Food 5-day survival backpack. Go into the woods for 5 days and not come out. Video it, prove it, and tell us your story. It's $50. Are you kidding me? Buy 10 of these. Give them out. There'll be links below. Now, for those of you that live in an urban environment, what I'm going to supply to you is the #1 best-selling bug out package, the Emergency Zone 842 Urban Survival Bug Out Emergency 72-hour Disaster Kit. 2-person, 72-hour 2-person bug out kit. Everything you need. $124.99 free shipping. The channel gets $12.50. You get free shipping and the best kit at the best price on the planet. You don't even have to think about it. Everything you need is in there with instructions. It's dummy proof. You even get a glove. Don't burn yourself. You got a big family? I'm going to supply you links to the Emergency Zone Urban Survival Bug Out Go Bag 72-hour kit 4-person. It's only $169.99 with free shipping. Get 5 of these. You put the backpack on, you go. You're out of the city. You have your plan. You can take naps on the way. This lasts for days. You have 3 days to get to your place. It's all in there. You got cards, life straw, shitter paper. Boom. Holy butt boom. All this will be up on OppenheimerRanch.org, FreeCanyons.org in just the coming days. We're going to have some of the best products available for you to get. Share the love. Share the hope. Onward and upward. Cosmic rays are going up. Your preparedness, mind well. Hope you got some Texas.